Stoicism completely transformed my mindset and turned my failures into the stepping stones to my success. And it can do the same for you too. You've realized that nothing in life is truly worthwhile unless you take risks. Marcus Aurelius once said, "There is no passion to be found playing small in settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." Throughout your journey in school, applying to college, choosing your major, and deciding your life's path, you've probably been advised to have a safety net. Make sure you have something to fall back on, they say. However, why have something to fall back on? If you fall, don't fall back on anything. Fall forward. At least this way, you can see what you're about to hit. Stoicism teaches us to embrace challenges and see them as opportunities for growth. Without consistency, you'll never achieve your goals. So pursue what you're passionate about. Take risks. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test where you had to connect 9 dots with 5 lines without lifting your pencil. The only way to succeed was to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to think creatively. Don't be afraid to fail big and dream big. However, remember that dreams without goals are just dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, more than anyone else in baseball history. But people don't talk about the strikeouts, they remember the home runs. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Always move forward. Thomas Edison had 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? Probably not, because the 1,001st experiment was the light bulb. Every failure is a step closer to success. In the words of Seneca, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." You will fail at some point in your life. You will face losses, embarrassment, and failure. It's inevitable. And while this might not be a traditional graduation message, embrace it because it's a fact of life. In the acting business, failure is common. Early in his career, an aspiring actor auditioned for a Broadway musical. It seemed like the perfect role, except he couldn't sing. He didn't get the part, but he didn't give up. He didn't fall back. He kept preparing for the next audition, and the next, and the next. He prayed continuously. He kept failing, but it didn't matter because, as the saying goes, if you hang around the barber shop long enough, sooner or later, you're gonna get a haircut. Eventually, you will catch a break. And he did. Years later, he did a play called Fences on Broadway. But here's the kicker. It was at the Court Theater. It was at the same theater where he failed that first audition 30 years prior. The point is, every graduate here today has the training and the talent to succeed. But do you have the guts to fail? If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghosts of the ideas you never acted on. The ghosts of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, "We came to you because you could have brought us to life," they say. "And now we have to go to the grave together." So ask yourself today, how many ghosts are going to be around your bed when your time comes? The world needs your help. Not just your local community, but places across the globe. Africa, the Middle East, Japan, Alabama, Tennessee, Louisiana, Philadelphia. All these places need your help. The world needs a lot, and we need it from you. We need it from you, The young people. Remember this. You gotta get out there. You gotta give it everything you got, whether it's your time, your talent, your prayers, or your treasures. What are you going to do with what you have? It's not about how much you have. Some of you are business majors. Some of you are theologians, nurses, sociologists. Some of you have money. Some of you have patience. Some of you have kindness. Some of you have love. Some of you have the gift of long-suffering. Whatever it is, whatever your gift is, what are you going to do with what you have? All right, now here's the last point about failure. Sometimes it's the best way to figure out where you're going. Your life will never be a straight path. Consider the story of a student who began at Fordham University as a pre-med student. He took a course called cardiac morphogenesis. He couldn't read it. He couldn't say it. He surely couldn't pass it. So then he decided to go into pre-law, then journalism, and with no academic focus, his grades took off in their own direction. He had a 1.8 GPA, and the university very politely suggested that it might be better to take some time off. He was 20 years old. He was at his lowest point. One day he was helping his mother in her beauty shop in Mount Vernon. There was an older woman there, one of the town's respected elders. He didn't know her personally, but as he looked in the mirror, he saw her staring at him. She kept giving him strange looks, and finally, she took the dryer off her head and said something unforgettable. "Young boy, I have a prophecy, a spiritual prophecy. You are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people." And in the years that followed, just as she predicted, he traveled the world and spoke to millions through his movies. Millions who, until that day, couldn't see him. They only saw the movie, not the real him. But he sees you today. He is encouraged and strengthened by what he sees. Taking risks isn't just about going for a job. It's also about understanding what you know and what you don't know. It's about being open to new people and ideas, the chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, and the faith you have. These are what will define you. Never be discouraged, never hold back. Give everything you've got. And when you fall in life, remember this: fall forward. Embrace the wisdom of the Stoics and understand that every obstacle is an opportunity to grow and become better.